Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to do two things. First, you're going to ignore the alcohol bottles behind me when I get rid of this chess.com thing. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the woodpecker method. Now, the woodpecker method is often known as a very controversial book in chess learning circles. For instance, there's a very good episode on the Perpetual Chess podcast that talks about it in depth. Basically said some people swear by it, some people don't swear by it. But here is the Chessable course. Now, chess.com did give this to me for free, so I'm biased. But also, I don't like doing a whole lot of puzzles. That's just me. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Here we are at Chessable HQ, where we've got all our wonderful courses and a streak of one day. Yay. Okay, so here we've got the woodpecker method. In total, that has got 1,168 variations. Now, the idea of this book is that you go through slowly and do all the variations that you solve all the puzzles you can. And then every time you go through this, you do it faster and on a slightly different time schedule. So first of all, we're going to start off the book by looking at exactly all the chapters we have there. We have the introduction, of course, which just gives you an overview of what you're working with. And the summary of tactical motifs, you know, they're just telling you exactly what type of tactics and, you know, what's sort of expected to be expected in this book. Here's just some basic instructions, easy exercises, intermediate exercises too. And then there's all the advanced exercises over here for those people who are just gifted in the brain area. So what we're going to do here is we'll do some learning. There is two main ways they want you to do this. Option one is you can solve this as a regular puzzle book. And the second way you can do this, the general idea is to use it as it originally was meant to be. The general idea of the method is to develop intuitive automatic pattern recognition through repetitive solving of the same puzzles in cylindrical fashion. Not sure if I got that word right or not. But the point being is that as you get older in chess, you need to do way more repetitive puzzles in order to get the same sort of general idea about tactical motifs and when you can see patterns in them or not. As you may already know or have guessed from the description above, the woodpecker method is quite grueling and not for everyone. So not for me probably, but we'll do it anyway. Although we believe that most players could benefit greatly from it, the question is whether the time and the energy could be better spent on improving another part of your game. Well, chess is 99% tactics, say many wise people. Well, I don't think that's quite true. I think it's mostly true. Using this method gave me a tremendous increase in stability and time trouble, improved my tactical vision quite a bit, and significantly reduced my blunder rate. I'm very happy I did it, but I will not repeat it in the foreseeable future. Wow. Goodness me. This guy is running out of time. I've done enough. If you decide this method might be your wish to give it a go, then we wish you the best. May your results reflect your effort. Wow. Okay. That explains it very succinctly, I believe. Here is a few examples of the tactical motifs that they show on this thing. This is called Shutting In. The Shutting In by Karl Humpney versus Wilhelm Steinitz, Vienna, 1860. I assume the answer to this problem is to simply make use of the two controlled squares by both the knight and the bishop by taking on h2 with check and then simply bringing the other rook to h8 with checkmate. Of course, I'm correct, but I won't always be. Very good variation there. The next is a magnet, which I assume is another word for attraction or deflection. As of now, I'm not quite sure exactly what not entirely sure exactly what the answer to this puzzle is, but I can assume it is something like, I don't know. We'll just look at it because I'm not actually sure. I assume it's attraction. There we go. There we go. And then I'm assuming the double check is used to great effect by bishop to e6. There we go. Beautiful. And now that finishes up another tactic. It was attraction, I just didn't find the answer. Okay, the next variation, removing the defender. Removing the defender is simply just finding out what protects something and getting rid of it. So the defender, to the knight fork here is the rook. So I assume it's queen takes e5, pawn takes e5, and then I'm assuming the knight comes in to e2 with a fork, with a royal fork. There we go. That's beautiful stuff there. Now, some of these tactical sequences come naturally to me. Some of these ones are a bit abnormal to my taste. But truly, a well-rounded tactical approach is clearly needed. Okay. So the next variation is opening files, ranks, or diagonals. Now, I probably don't understand this as well as I need to. So I probably clearly don't know what I need to do here. So we're just going to allow the book to tell us. Okay, so this is just pushing the pawn in order to facilitate the opening of the D or C files, and that was simpler than I thought it was going to be. While I still don't quite understand it, it does its job. Now the next variation is gain of tempo. Tempo in chess is tempo or tempi is time spent on a move, or not. Oh, sorry, not time spent on a move. Time spent doing a move. You know. Okay, I could be wrong there. I don't know. So we're just gonna go through. We're just gonna allow the book to tell us the answers because I'm on a little bit of a time crunch here. So this gains time. For the queen to come in, I believe, by attacking the queen. The queen, of course, must respond because the queen is valuable and under. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful combination there. I believed it was the queen that needed to come in, but it was just a rook sack. Fork. Fork is one of the most simplest of the tactics. This is probably the simplest, but often the hardest to see, depending on your chess level. Even I have problems with it. I'm about 1750 right now in rapid. Still, I often overlook the simple stuff that keeps it. So I'm assuming this is just queen take c4 with a fork, with a royal fork on e3. Of course, that is correct. Very, very hard to see sometimes. So I'm incredibly grateful to this book for being quite like this. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing about this book. Do I believe it's the greatest book to ever live? I don't know. I haven't properly tried it yet. I mean, but if it is a well-balanced portion of tactical motifs, then it cannot be bad, in my opinion. It's simply, it'll simply help you. I mean, the reason this book is probably very, very controversial in chess learning circles is because it probably mirrors the exact amount of effort you put in and the exact amount of and the exact way you do it. So if you're really good tactically, you might not see a difference, right? But if you're very iffy tactically, but do well in other parts of the game, then maybe you'll be seeing more of an increase in your rating based off the use of this book. So this is just a discovered attack. I assume it's knight takes h6, allowing the queen to take here because the queen is an undefended piece, while sacrificing the knight. There we go. Okay, we've got with all of these things. Okay, the simple pin, again, simple stuff. This is probably pawn to e5. See, very fast. There we go. That's just, pins I'm very good at. Other tactics, not so much. Okay, you see, as we see Wilhelm Stein, it's again mentioned. Okay, defensive tactics are another thing that we're covering and that is covered in this book. A counter threat is, well, simply a counter attack. The name speaks for itself. We're going to let the book do this. Boom, 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 boom. That was pretty good. I like that. Didn't see it, but oh well. Okay, next variation, lifeline. I'm not entirely sure what this means, but we'll get onto it anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, gentlemen, and I'm going to re-enter the book, and we're going to simply do a quick overview of the entire thing one more time, and we'll do some updates later. I'll probably be doing this on a chess stream for every day for a wee bit. Where the hell did it go? I've got 10 London system courses, which shows you how creative I am as a chess player. And I've even got our favorite snapper turtle, you know, Mr. International Master Andreas Toth. His course is wonderful. Oh, why didn't I just see it at the top? There we go. Okie dokie. So, I mean, this is clearly very good. This book here is one of Chessable's greatest hits, probably simply because it was a great hit before Chessable came along. But it's probably not that expensive if you want to get this for your club or something like this. Like if you've got a group account, this would be a great thingamajig to this would be a great course to get, of course. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Okay, so we've got advanced tactics, intermediate tactics, and there's about 250 something of each variation. And this I think is just good. I mean, I've found that when I put massive amounts of time into tactics, I get better. It's that simple. Unfortunately, I cannot force myself to do a large amount of tactics all at once. If I could, I wouldn't be only 1750 rapid. So I'm going to love and leave you, wonderful people. But please, if you enjoyed my unhinged rambling, now is the time to subscribe and anything like that. By the way, if you have any other courses that you want me to go over, and the London System Essential Theory is a very, very good one, another one as well. Maybe I'll do a video on that.